Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's net speak is Maillard. Okay, without preparing for it, I have no clue. It didn't came to me because I'm not really a subscriber to beauty or fashion anymore. I used to be, enthused about that, but nowadays I'm good in my own sphere. Maillard is kind of not propelled, but promoted as the look of the year in 2023 in the West. And so this expression Maillard then came into the fashion consciousness in Chinese community as Maillard. Okay, it's Maillard style. And Maillard is based on Maillard reaction, which is the browning of stuff. And just a side note, our whole body is browning all the time throughout your life. So you get a browner. Okay. But I'm surprised that Chinese, as our yellow, racial term, skin tone would embrace this look. This Maillard, basically is a brown color palette, earthy tones that we're on top of our yellowness of skin color, like that could hair. I'm in question of that, but we're gonna see how it works. How it unfold in the Chinese vocabulary of the fashion trends if we like how long this trend will last among Chinese. Okay. But another side note, as far as I can tell, probably this look, Maillard look came from Kardashians, who is kind of promoting her healthy skin tone, which is kind of brownish, like tanned look, and to go even neutral toner, the color palettes of her makeup and her look, her clothing, kind of build around that brownish tone. So that's Maillard, probably the begin promotioner. And Maillard is the Chinese response to this. And the character choice is of interest to me because Maillard, obviously, we have to do a sound translation. So we have to find pronunciations that as closely mimic the sound of Maillard as possible. So Maillard in Chinese sounds like 3 syllables. Maillard. In English, we would consider lard as 1 syllable because there's only 1 vowel in it. But Chinese cannot pronounce consonant on its own. So we have to add a vowel after the d thing, which becomes de, you see. So Maillard eventually became Chinese 3-syllable translation of this pronunciation. Maillard. Okay, because it's a fashion style, so beauty is the first choice of pronunciation. Mei means beauty. That makes sense, right? If without knowing what that is, Maillard, right? You just by the beauty there, you can kind of know it's related at least to beauty industry. Mei is made of the sheep or lamb structure, which is the horns and the fluffy hairs. When we have horizontal lines, that means the furs of the lamb is kind of anti-gravity. It's not dripping down. It's actually going horizontal. That's a Chinese hair or fur of the lamb depiction. And then the whole lamb structure is pinned down to this tiny little one standing leg thing. And that's kind of cute. So I have a whole episode talking about the lamb. And lamb as a virtuous animal or as a premium meme used in lamb sacrifice, right? That eventually is made into this concept of beauty. Beauty in Chinese means big lamb. And the big is the bottom part of it, which is made of the 2 parts, left and right, combined. And this combiner is this convex shape. So I talked about the big and small concept is in relative terms originally. So big is double the size by combining, and small in Chinese is having this vertical line. Instead of a horizontal line combiner, we have this vertical line, which is separator or cutter something in half. So half something means it's smaller, double something means it's bigger. So this concept of big paired with lamb, big lamb. So that gives you the sense of it's a premium meat, and it's also a big chunk of that bountifulness paired with the best kind of meat, give you the sense of beauty. Because as a society, as the survival is the first thing in mind. We're not seeking beauty automatically. We're seeking food first. And that food seeking, if you have a lot of the premium meat, protein, that's your survival instinct kicking. That in ancient society would regard that's the beauty. That's the best thing can happen to you. Okay, so that's our beauty concept. We have the standing up tall person. So we have this abstraction of 2 legs standing being, frontal view of 2 leg standing being as human figure. When we have a little bit more strokes on there, that's a full frontal view of a fully grown, supposedly man, kind of muscular. So in the front, it's not a skinny thing. It got more volume to it. So this 2 vertical lines is like standing in front of you. So on the right side here, this character simply means that somebody's standing right in front of you, facing you. Okay, and then this is 5-finger hand symbol. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is your forearm. Then what's this tip? Okay, it turned out the Chinese have this function of differentiation as well. We have convergence of icons. Over time, similar looking thing, but it came from totally different origins in nature and have totally different meanings, kind of look the same when we try to capture that in a 2D frame. So in this case, it's hair of animal hair, kind of look the same, end up looking the same as a human hand. As I said here, the fluffy hair of the lamb expressed by 3 rows of horizontal lines, but a hair as its own, on its own, without its animal base, simply 2 horizontal lines. And that 2 is enough to give you multitudes. And that looks too similar to the hand symbol, which is 5-finger, which if you flatten these 2 sides of the fingers can be 2 horizontal lines as well. And that kind of looks the same as a hair expression. So somebody came up with this differentiator. The left tilt means the hair, and the right tilt means the hand. Totally different. We just have to differentiate that. So hand plus full standing frontal view became the action of pull. When we have 5-finger hand symbol, that means it's the action taken by the hand. And pulling, you definitely have to pull with your hand, right? And fully standing in front of you. And I guess that's the action. Probably came from the farming activities as well. When the farmers need to pull something, they have to use their hand and fully standing in front of you to complete the action of pulling. Okay, beauty, pull, morals. I mean, in itself, even if these are going after the pronunciation translation, when they coin together, because when we pick the same pronunciation, we have multitudes of Chinese characters and meanings attached to each single character. So the choice of character here try to create a story almost like a subconscious embedding of the message over there. So Maillard, the beauty, pool, morals. Okay, it sort of make meaning, right? Okay, this du morals is okay, truthful, truth seeking, and act on it. So basically, you are preaching what you doing. That integrity, sense of integrity, is what is made of this concept of morals. We have 10, which is cross, roping technology, the rope, the indicator of a knot on the rope, and that's our number 10. And then we have eyeballs, 10 eyeballs, means we have multitudes of people looking at the ground truth. This is the ground. So we have 10 eyeballs looking at the ground truth, and then we have the heart symbol. So your heart feeling. So not only you with eyeball means objective observation of things, right? 10 of them just to avoid bias. Kind of a bigger database, you have a higher chance of reaching the truth. So then you have your heart, like you can sort of reconcile your own cognitive understanding of the truth to the observable, the imperial truth, the data you collect. So that reconciliation make up your understanding of something, kind of truthful understanding of something. And then the left side means is the footsteps we took over life, and that became the abstract sense of acting by walking. So we can act. Act means doing things, right? We do things a lot of times with hand, but Chinese use taking a walk, the footsteps in time. Actually, these are left side of footstep. We originally have the right side, but that's too much character. We simplify it with just left footprint, live in space with that walking, moving in space to represent all kinds of action. So you act on what you think is the truth, and that integrity is the moral. Beautiful morals is a Chinese translation of Maillard style. This expression only came into being, I guess, as early as last year. And this is the look, which is the brownie. So you can be the judge here if our skin color or yellow skin color palette with all various shades of brown, if that's a good look, and if that give you a sense of beauty and even a stretch of, does that pull out the moral sense? There we go. Maillard. Thank you for your time, Suna.